You know, it's not often I feel like I'm going to regret if I read something for the internet. When that is the case, oh dear God, do I sometimes regret it. On that note, this is a story I'm kind of afraid to read based on the title and the tags and the author. Before we begin, though, I must admit this story was requested by a Mr. or Mrs. I'm not sure, Montel Pfeiffer. I'm not sure if I pronounced your name correctly either. And if I'm not, I apologize. But I've read something by this author before. It was fucking sad. So, for the fan. I'm really sorry if I'm pronouncing your name wrong, by the way. And if you didn't want to shout out, I apologize. The story is called Breaking Kindness. Already I'm kind of scared. It's sad and it's dark. Yep, scared. And the author is Rape Train Express. Okay, who the fuck? Also, the person who requested this also informed me that this is more of a dark story. I'm very, very, very afraid. With Pinkie Pie out of town, the Cakes need a babysitter for a wedding they're catering to, so they get the only other pony for the job. Nothing can go wrong with some babysitting job for Fluttershy, can it? Well, based on the image that he used, I'm going to say yes. Let's get started, shall we? Holy fuck, that's sad. I'm gonna fucking regret this. I don't know why I'm doing this. Hush now, quiet now, it's time to lay your sleepy heads. Hush now, quiet now, it's time to go to bed. Fluttershy continues to sing the Cake Twins, who now lay sleep together in the crib. Wow, this is already very, very awkward. Fair warning, the story was written kind of awkwardly. I was reading some of the comments, a lot of them were mentioning that, this feels very awkward because it's supposed to be third person, but it switches into second person. So I'm not quite sure what to expect from this story. So if anything sounds really, really awkward in the story, I apologize. I'm just reading what's written and trying to adjust as best as possible. The Cakes were catering to a wedding in Canterlot for the next few days, and they needed somebody to watch over the twins. Normally Pinkie Pie would babysit, but she went to her parents' rock farm because her grandmother was feeling ill. Fluttershy was the second pony for the job. At first she didn't want to, still remembering her first time babysitting the Cutie Mark Crusaders. After a bit of encouragement from her friends, she decided to take the job for the night. It wasn't as bad as she thought it would be. The children were surprisingly well behaved, considering Pinkie would sometimes say they would tire her out. To Fluttershy, it was almost like taking care of a newborn animal back at her cottage. Fluttershy slowly lowers her head down and moves the blankets over the twins. They continue to sleep as she backs away. She turns her attention to the nightlight on near them, flicks it on, and then walks in... What? Already, this grammar is very strange. And then walks to the main light and turns it on. I don't fucking know! Grammar! As soon as the light goes out, the room gets cloaked in the moonlight from the window. Fluttershy takes a look at the moon and yawns. It's been a long day for her as she walks down the stairs to clean up the playroom. As she walks down the stairs, a cold breeze fills the room. Why is it so cold down there? Down here, she says to herself while shivering. As she looks around in the darkness, she notices an open window with the wind blowing ominously through it. Oh, that's completely normal. Oh god, why am I reading this? Fluttershy stands in the spot, confused as to why the window was open. She was sure she locked everything up before she headed up to put the twins to spell? To spell. Who the fuck wrote this? She thinks for a second, but then shakes it off, thinking she must have forgotten about it. As she walks to the window, the sound of a baking tray and utensils hits the floor in the bakery, signaling who she may not be alone. Oh, god damn it. Oh, I should probably mention that it was labeled mature with a sex tag. Oh god, this is not going to end well for me. Why did I agree to this? Person who requested this, I hope you're getting what you wanted, because oh my god, I'm horrified right now.
Who's there?
She says meekly and so quiet she can barely hear herself. No one answers her as she stares into the darkness for 3 seconds, but then the sound of magical energy finally echoes in the house.
Twilight? Is that you?
Fluttershy says very nervously as she walks to the bakery, helping her friend decide to pay her a visit. That would be very, very creepy. Looking at you, Pony Loaf of Twilight, and you, official license motion to Twilight, and you, side picture of zombie Twilight. I have a lot of Twilight crap. Oh, and you, Parasite Twilight. I'm not going to forget about you. She slowly moved for the main light for the room and turned it on. Light filled the clean bakery and showed that no one was in sight. Honestly, it says, like, light fills the clean bakery and shows that no one in sight. That just feels weird. Because honestly, like, I don't know what the fuck is going on with the tenses. So I'm just going to make it past tense. I don't know what's going on. I'm just very confused. I'm just going to try my best with the story, and if I fuck it up, I apologize, but I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. The only oddities were that a single bakery tray and a bunch of knives were scattered on the floor. Okay, that's ominous. She sighed in relief, thinking that it was only a bunch of ill-placed items that fell. As she walked to the tray, she didn't see the two pairs. I don't like where this is going. Watching her from the air. Just as she was about to pick up the tray, the sound of wings started above her, but then quickly disappeared into the room she was just in. Once again, she stopped and stared in fear. This time, she was sure somebody was in here with her. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if I want to. But I've fucking agreed to read this. I'm already fucking reading it. I hope you're happy. I do this for you guys. I swear to God, this is gonna end.
Who's there? Please come out.
She says, more scared than ever. The thought of being alone in the house while somebody may be lurking around the shadows for something. I'm sorry, I'm trying to comprehend that sentence. The thought of being alone in the house while some pony may be lurking around in the shadows for something. That... Okay, I'm not sure if you requested this because it's sad and dark, because I've read this before, like, you enjoy the story, or because you knew I would get angry at the grammar, which is confusing as fuck to me. If it was for the most latter, then bravo, it's working. Fluttershy's leg seized up, and now she can't move. Oh, good, I'm so happy. Her first thought was to run out of the building and find anybody to help her, but her second thought was worrying about the twins upstairs. Honestly, I think that finding somebody to help would have been much better. She couldn't bear to abandon the house while they could be in danger. Yes, you could, because then they would be in danger because you're... oh, whatever. With a nervous gulp, she slowly regained her focus and walked back into the living room. You know, because I'm reading this aloud, I get to see most of the things, obviously. When I see wah coming from upstairs, I can only assume the worst. I don't like where this is going.
Please come out. I won't be mad if you show yourself.
Fluttershy said nervously, hoping the intruder would give him or herself up. She was very worried, though. The first sound she heard was the sound of magic. The second was the sound of wings. Her first thought was that one of the princesses was playing a joke. What? But why would they do something? Thank you. The only logical thing was that there were two intruders. Oh, good. I'm glad there are intruders in the house. God fucking damn it. If you actually wanted me to read this story, I'm sorry, but if you want me... If you want me to actually, read this properly? No. The only place they could have gone was... Where? I'm not doing that. A loud cry echoes from the upstairs room. Fluttershy went into full panic mode. Whoever was here with her was indeed upstairs and with the children. I can only assume the worst. More than ever, she wanted to run away and get help. Smart thing to do, but she also feared what could... But she also feared what could have happened to them. But what could she do by herself? Nothing! A lonely, timid Pegasus who could barely defend herself rather than including children in the mix. Her thoughts and emotions started to swell up, causing all sorts of questions to arise. Why her? What to do? How to approach the problem? Should she get help? Why are they here? Run for help leaving the children alone, or trying to be strong and dealing with the problem herself? Are just a fraction of what her mind is processing. I would have preferred a lot more questions because that was funny. Actually, fuck it. Run for help leaving the children alone, or try to be strong and deal with the problem herself? Why I'm asking all these questions? Why didn't she just run? Why didn't she call the police? Is there even police in the fucking Ponyville? Why does this story exist? Why was I requested to read this? Why am I talking so fast? Why am I still asking all these fucking questions? I don't know. What do you want from me? When I request things to read like this, I'm very afraid. But when the grammar is like this, it angers me. So I can't take this seriously. I'm not saying I'm gonna stop reading. I mean, I'm already fucking 11 minutes in. I was fucking continue. But whatever. Those were just a fraction of what her mind was processing, and part of my mind. Suddenly another loud cry echoed through the house, I guess, I don't know. And Fluttershy on Bill started to run upstairs to the kids in the room. Seriously, the tense in this was awful. I'm just gonna fucking phone. As she enters, she stops and stares in shock. Sitting on the wooden floor sits a pony wearing a black oversuit with his face covered only his face covered and only his green eyes show. She noticed a darker green horn protruding from the tip of his head, signaling he is a unicorn. Oh, good. I'm so happy. Fluttershy turned her attention to the crib and panicked some more. She noticed a little pound cake floating in the air wrapped around green magic as a knife floats near the... Jesus Christ. Why does this exist? Why was I asked to read this? Why did I agree to read this? Whatever.
What do you want?
She sat on the verge of tears, thinking the little child was going to die. Suddenly, without warning, a large mass fell from above and pushed her to the ground, trapping her under it. Well, maybe we can get something for our failed plan. A harsh, cold voice said from on top of her. She tried to break free of the throat of the intruder, but his bigger mass kept her body pinned. The kids continued to cry as the unicorn slowly got up. You just had to come downstairs, didn't you? Do you know how many months we planned this? The unicorn snaps you in an elegant yes rustic tone. No, it's neither of those. It's just stupid. I'm texting a friend because I don't want to think about this. Can you really blame me? I'm no teacher, but goddamn, this grammar. Flutterfly washed the knife at the child and the child levitate close to her. Poundcake continued to cry, knowing something bad is happening.
Please don't hurt the children, I beg of you.
She shouted out loudly at the unicorn. Suddenly, the intruder on her back pushed his body down on her, causing her to lose her breath. The fucking tenseness is awful. Fluttershy started to feel the warm breath of the pony on her neck. Calm down. We won't hurt the children as long as you listen to us. He said as he grabs a hoofful of your... Oh, good. He says as he grabs a hoofful of your mane. Apparently you're Fluttershy now. I don't understand this. I really don't. Why am I still reading this? Whatever. You're Fluttershy now. He says as he grabs a hoofful of your mane and tugs it back hard. Fluttershy... Oh, good. Now you're not Fluttershy anymore. Fluttershy cried in pain at his roughness. Shocking. Slowly turned her head to the side so you could see... oh, so you are a You know, I've been broken by stories before. I know this is going off on a tangent, and I know many people don't like this. But I've been broken by stories before. But never have I been broken by a story because the grammar, the tense, and the fucking person are so fucked to hell that I don't know what's going on, and I have to actively try to edit the story as I read it. There have been times where, like, you know, oh, it's like a small little edit, I'll just fucking throw that in, so it makes sense. No, the entire fucking story here is something that I need to fucking just edit. I'm sorry, but I'm sorry, but this is just person who requested this. If this isn't what you wanted, I apologize. If it is, congratulations, you got what you wanted. I'm gonna continue reading this. I will fucking finish it, even if it kills me. At this rate, it seems like it's gonna kill me. Calm down. We won't hurt the children as long as you listen to us. Oh wait, crap, I already read that. Don't care. He too had his face covered, hiding his identity. It's obviously Rule 63. The children continued to cry until the unicorn got fed up with them and conjured up a bubble around them, silencing them. Wow, that's convenient. Fluttershy watched as they continued to cry without being heard. Good, I can think better now. As for you, Miss Fluttershy, you just had to be nosy and check downstairs. Didn't ya?
I was going down there anyway.
Shut up, bitch. This is how the story is written. You should have stayed up here and we would have just stolen the bits and been on our way. And also probably killed the children. The pony on top of her says quietly into her ear.
How do you know me?
Fluttershy asked, scared out of her mind. Are you stupid? Everybody knows what about you and those other 5 elements of harmony or whatever the fuck you call it. I don't know, I'm illiterate. Unicorn said, putting the filly on the floor, but started floating the knife toward her. Seriously, I'm sorry, but this grammar is just hurting my mind. Fluttershy just stared in horror as the knife got pressed to her throat. Just our luck. One of the heroes of Equestria would foil our simple plan. Alright. My friend Michelle, who I'm texting right now, because if I don't, I'm going to go fucking crazy from reading this. I asked if she wanted to say anything to you guys. She says that she wants to taste you like yogurt. I'm not sure what to say about that. You know, this is probably one of the most annoying things I've ever had to record, because my eyes feel like they're bleeding. Unicorn said quietly as he stared at her with almost no life in his eyes. Doesn't mean we can't get something out of it. The one on her back says in a manner that disgusts her as he nuzzles back. Oh, god damn it. I'm just gonna mumble through the rest of the story. If you actually want a fucking reading of this, you're not getting it. Fluttershy was never used to this kind of content. Oh, fucking. The one on her back says in a manner that disgusts her as she nuzzles back of her neck while breathing into it. Fluttershy was never used to this kind of contact. She'd never been around colts to know how they acted. She was blind to how the male species acted around mares. However, the way he continued to talk worried her. How the fuck do you not know how the male species acts around mares? You raise animals. I'm pretty sure you know about the birds that... What do you want from me? She asked timidly. What do you think? The pony at her back whispers as she gives her neck a small... Oh, God. Neck a small bite. Fluttershy's whole body tensed up as teeth bit into her yellow flesh. Fur. Whatever. This fear of hers kept growing, causing her heart to speed up and her breathing to double. She started to panic again and tried to fight him off by spreading her wings and trying to fly. It's not gonna work. Before she could even flap them once, the feel of magical energy grabbed them and forced them to the ground.
Please don't hurt me. Please don't hurt me.
Fluttershy said, Panic, stop struggling and I'll make it quick. Are you saying that you're not going to last long? The pony on top of her says as he brings the hoof down to his crotch and zipper. He has a Yeah, it's not often the story breaks me. Please, give me 1 second while I do something. I apologize for the story, I really do, guys, but I'm sorry. I'm not even going to title this what it actually is. I'm just going to call this story I'm sorry at this point. Or maybe just put that in parentheses or something. I don't fucking know. The pony on top first says as he brings the hoof down to his crotch, the bird opens it up. Apparently he has pants now. I did not know this. This was never mentioned. This is now fucking streaming to seem anthropomorphic because as far as I know, ponies don't wear pants. What do I know? Suddenly Fluttershy felt more heat radiate from behind. There's a new thing that lacks fur but feels very hard. Rubs against her flank. She didn't know why, but feeling that alien thing touching her got even more scared. Okay, I know you want to make Fluttershy seem innocent, but fucking Christ, really? Hey, how come you get to go first? The unicorn said, very annoyed. Because you're going to get bits from downstairs while I enjoy this little mare for a bit. Jesus Christ. I'll save some for you when you... I'll save some for... That doesn't make any fucking sense. This fucking story, guys. I'll save some for you when you get back. He answered back as Fluttershy started to feel his body rubbing against hers. The unicorn just sighed and headed behind the both of them downstairs to the bakery. What are you going to do? She asked very quietly. Suddenly that hard object began to poke at her nethers. Oh, I'm so glad. When it touched her, she finally figured out what the vile thing really is. I'm just going to small. Enjoy your small yet delicate body for a while. And, you know, probably impregnate you. I can't read this in good conscience. I'm sorry, but I can't fucking read this in good conscience. I'm gonna finish the story. But now, if for anybody who ever complained that I butchered the story past horrors, no, this guy fucking deserved it after writing this piece of crap. I'm sorry, but this is awful. He said as he started to push his erect member into her. Fluttershy's breathing got more erratic as the erect member began to slowly violate her rear. Okay. She read about sex in books and always wondered what it would be like for her. Okay, so you read about it. You never, saw your animals mating or anything? Nope. Yeah, sure. She never thought her first time would be with a stranger. Nobody does. She felt disgusted by this and wanted to run away and hide. Shocking, you're getting raped. The only thing keeping her by it was this aroused cold. That does it. She wanted to scream for help, but the words failed to leave her mouth as he continued to slowly push himself into her. Oh my god, Sid, you're so tight. Looks like I get the honor of deflowering the element of kindness. This is better than some petty amount of bits. The cult says excitedly, realizing she was a virgin. See, that's just not okay, guys. And I feel like I've found an appropriate image now. She wanted to cry and scream, but no matter how hard she tried, the words couldn't escape her throat. She could feel her beauty leaving her and her flesh tearing and stretching to let the cold cock enter her. She never felt so helpless in her whole life. That's not what it says. I'm just fucking editing this as I go along. If you think I'm talking too fast, too fucking bad. I don't like this story. She didn't know it, but she was only about halfway in. The only thing that she could do was give off small gasps of air. Suddenly, her erection swiftly pulled out and got rammed back into her deeper than the previous. Her mind went blank as the motion started to increase in speed, each time a bit more of it going into her. With every thrust of her body quivered at the feeling. All she could do was stare at wide-eyed at the crib in front of her. And that was dry. Her reels intense pain. She wanted it to stop. She wanted to cry and beg for freedom, but still the words would not leave her mouth. What's the matter, Fletcher? I'm not just going to scream for help. Are you, or being the element you are, and kindly staying quiet? Go to hell! The Colt says as he continued to rock his body into hers. The words never seemed to reach her ears. All she could do was stare at the wall and hope the pain would end soon. She was so lost, she didn't even hear the unicorn returning into the room. Seems they had, oh, hello! So the unicorn started to speak, but stopped surprised at the doorway. Dude, you won't believe how tight she is. Skull grunts out, still breathing into her neck as he picks up speed. Hey, are we here first? Looks like this will be great for you, like you said, the unicorn says, walking back in front of the both of them. The conversation never clicked in Fluttershy. She could hear her thoughts. Why her? Why now? Why wasn't somebody checking her? Why? Why am I reading this? Why am I talking so fast? Why is this pissing me off so much? Why am I still reading this? Why is this so awful? Why did somebody request this? Did they know how awful this was? Did they want to torture me? Is their intention to actually torture me? Are they enjoying this now that they're actually hearing this? Are they pissed off that I'm actually reading it poorly? I don't know any of the answers to these questions, but this story is... She felt weak and powerless to do anything at all. The only thing she could feel was her ears starting to heat up more and more. It drove her to seem senses wild. She didn't know what it was, but the burning feeling was soothing in a way. I'm dead. This story has killed me. Its story has literally killed me. And I hope you're all happy. No longer am I a human being. I am a fucking ghost. And I hope you're all happy. If I never record again, you'll know why. Now please enjoy the rest of the story as fast as I can fucking read it, because this is starting to piss me off. Thank you. For the first time since her memory, she finally found her voice. Was all she could pant out. How's it feel, Fluttershy? Do you like this? The Colt whispered in her ear. All she could do was pant and agony as her grew more and more heat. Each thrust was member could cause her voice to grow. She wanted to stop, but at the same time she didn't. Her own body was against her own. Her mind screamed for freedom, but her body wanted more and more of the Colt. As if hearing her body, she started to fidget a bit and go harder and faster. Oh man, I'm about to. The Colt grunted. The speed of his thrust drove her mad. Each one faster than the previous, and she heard a pair of wings fully extended and warm look at exit from him into her. It was hot and very sick to her. He slowly pulled himself out and started to pant very loudly. She could feel the liquid run out of her and drip to the wooden floor. The burning feeling slowly faded, and the senses started to return normal. She wanted to get up and run, but her violet rear would not move. In fact, her entire lower felt numb. She slowly turned her gaze to meet in the eyes of the unicorn. Heh, looks like it's my turn, the unicorn said with a sick sense of pride in his voice. She didn't want another Colt to have his way for her. Silently summing up her will, she started to scream. Some funny, I wish that was me right now. I'd rather get gagged and raped than read the rest of the story, but I can't. Started, but suddenly cut off by an edge barrier around her mouth. Now, don't get out of turn. The unicorn set his bar hoof to his zipper and letting his bar erection out. Why do they have zipper? Whatever. Fluttershy stared in shock. For her face stood a big, slick-looking member. It radiated vile musk that clouded her senses up. The size of it scared her. She didn't see her previous fire's size, but the one looked bigger than what filled her. Without a word, the unicorn walked behind her and positioned his body for his turn. Fluttershy just lay there, utterly helpless, just Colt's enormous shaft. He slowly pushed himself inside her. The thought that hit was that it was indeed bigger than the first. Here was her already so old, started to stretch even further as she pushed it. It hurt more than anything she ever felt. Her vision started to water as she could feel tears forming around her eyes. She was hurt and helpless. She wanted to die right then and there. All she could do was whimper in pain. Yeah, that makes sense. While she were discussing the familiar burning feeling slowly returned to her. As first, she loved the feeling, but quickly started to hate it. She couldn't figure out why her body was doing this to her. Maybe because you're getting fucking raped and you've never had... whatever. Damn, she is tight. The unicorn, slightly excited, Spartan was telling the truth. Unlike the last one, he didn't take his time. He went full speed and on her rear. All she could do was hear the sound of wetness slapping against each other as it echoed in the room. More and more, that burning kept increasing, and once again she found herself panting, the magic still keeping her mouth shut. Finally, her mind went to the point where nothing was clicking in. Her body quivered and ached as the sex continued. Finally, the burning hit a point where it swelled up, and then, with a rush of energy, she felt her rear give out. She couldn't describe as other than what happened with the other Colt, but this time the liquid left her body. Would you look at that? Little Pony just experienced far side of orgasm. Congrats, you just took her first real step in being a mare. You are a fucking sick and twisted fuck. The unicorn said in a sick, twisted way, still continuing to thrust her into her regardless. Finally, the burn started to spat in my proper state. Everything started to return to focus. As soon as she realized what had just happened, she gave up. She never felt more shame than she did right then and there, just like I do. Even though she was crying before, this time she let it all out. The unicorn just laughed to death and continued to do his thing. Jesus fucking Christ. Fluttershy just laid still on the wooden floor. What felt like a century of pain and shame was now a burnt-in memory. She didn't move, but all she could do was cry. The two ponies stood over her ruined body, looking down on her with a notion of confirmation. The pony just finally spoke up. "You could be so kind to us, Fluttershy. You are sick and twisted fuck. I hope you die. You should be proud of your element. Grab the kids. We'll get more bits if we hold them for... If we hold them for hostage," the Pixis says as he turns his attention to the Spartan. The unicorn nods his head and grabs the child with his magic, and they both head down the stairs. Fluttershy made no effort to move. She stared unmoving and blinking at the wall. She felt used, abused, and discarded. Because she probably was. Her first night being a baby, she was lost as a disgusting thief. She couldn't bear to face any pony after this night. For the rest of the night, she lay in the wood floor crying until morning hit and Twilight decided to pay her a visit. If there's a fucking sequel to this, then I'm never going to read it. In fact, I'm going to make a new ending. And then Twilight came to visit and decided to go kill all the colts in the world. So, I'm not gonna lie. That was easily one of the worst things I've read in a long time. I'm sorry, the person who requested this, if you enjoyed that story, you wanted me to read it, and you wanted me to like it, but no. Just no. Because, damn, that was one of the most poorly written pieces of crap I have ever read in my entire life. That's saying a lot. I'm fucking sorry, but, oh god, I'm gonna go take a shower. Because I feel fucking dirty for reading that. I feel physically dirty. I feel like I've been touched inappropriately by that story. Until fucking next time, everybody. I hope you're fucking happy. I'm gonna go take a long nap and think about my life decisions. Bye.